Hi folks, Navy Dowdy here. For this week's tax tip, let me start out with the quote of the week. Income taxes are the hardest thing to understand. You know who said that? None other than Albert Einstein. That's such a famous quote that the IRS actually has that posted on their website. So in a few months, we're all going to start filing US tax returns, and tax firms all over the country, people will be making the E-Trade shocked baby face. Remember him? When they see that they're being charged penalties for underpaying their taxes due. Even if they made a 941 payment in the last quarter to cover all the tax due for the year, they can still find themselves fined by Uncle Sam as a penalty for not paying equally over all 4 quarters, because that's the rule. A last quarter overpayment simply means that you overpaid in that 1 quarter, but you still owe taxes and penalties and interest on the underpayment in the other 3 quarters. So you overpaid for 1 quarter and no, it's not good enough for the IRS. People also argue that their income fluctuates, or maybe they didn't, it didn't calculate it because they put a roof on at the end of the year, something like that, like a landlord collected rent. He doesn't have profit in March because he put the roof on in November. So the reply, of course, is, well, that's the rule, and you should have a CPA level of understanding and know what to do as the rules are available to read. That's not very helpful. Here's a fix for some folks that we have learned, not from the IRS, but in doing this for over 40 years. The trick is to do a required minimum distribution in the last quarter that includes enough withholding to cover your tax requirements for the entire year. Many seniors wait until towards the end of the year to take money that they're required to take from their retirement accounts. They might be taking more and doing Roth conversions, or deciding to have some of it go to charity instead of themselves, which has its own tax benefits. If you haven't yet signed the withdrawal forms, then from that withdrawal, you have all the taxes paid or covered, withheld, has to be withheld to cover all the taxes due for the year. Then the IRS rule treats it as though you have withheld it throughout the year equally. It's a great trick. It's a treat not have to pay the penalties. So go see a tax planner and bring last year's tax return with you. Let them review the return and see if you paid underpayment penalties, in case you're not sure but suspect you did, and then have them calculate the required minimum distribution. Have the withholding done from the RMD and have that be large enough to pay all the missed quarterly payments and avoid the penalties. So happy Halloween. And if you like this type of tip, subscribe to this channel. There's hundreds of these types of tips that are all just right there in the code for anybody to see, but you have to go in and pick them out and know how to put them all together. I'm Navy Dowdy, and remember, financial fitness can be beneficial to your wealth.